Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the Awakened Jenn Tarot. I am so thankful to each and every one of you for joining me today. If you are new here, my name is Jennifer Halliburton. I'm a Soulful Revolution certified tarot reader, spiritual advisor, and healing and manifestation coach. And it is my honor to help others gain clarity, guidance, and insights on their path of ascension. In today's video, we will be doing a tarot reading combined with channeled messages for the collective. Please keep in mind this is a collective reading. Only take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you would like to manifest a more specific message into the reading, please subscribe, like, and comment, as these are forms of energetic transference that can help me connect more directly to your energy and channel more specifically to your situation. Thank you again for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the reading. Hello, I'm Jennifer Halliburton with the Awakened Jenn Tarot, and I am going to be doing your energy forecast for this week. So the energy forecast is where I pull one angel number for each day of the week and one tarot card for each day of the week to get a feel for the energy that is coming at us. And then I create this cool little slide that looks like a weather forecast for us so that you can kind of see what to expect for the week. All right, so before we get too far into this, I want us to go ahead and take 3 deep breaths together and do the invocation to call in the spirit team. So if you'll close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths with me. So breathe in. That's 1. Breathe in. That's 2. Breathe in. That's 3. I now call in my angels, archangels, ascended masters, my higher self, and guardian angels to please enter this present space and time. I call upon Archangel Michael to place a bubble of protection around us. Only beings of the highest vibration of pure love and light may enter in. So be it. All right, so now we can get started. And I do have some housekeeping things that I want to go over before we get into the reading. Okay, so you may have seen this already, but I have added another guided meditation. And so this is a series that I've started, and I'm trying to create a library of resources. And so I've already got the abundance activation. And so this is a guided meditation to help you break your financial blocks so that you can find your financial freedom. And then, so this one that I just did this week is to help you to connect with your spirit guides. And so I'm going to continue to add more and more to these each week, and different topics and themes. So if there's anything specific that you want me to do one of these meditations for, let me know in the comments. I also have this new series about spiritual awakening. And so this is more of an informational type series. And this video that I released this week is called The 5 Life-Changing Stages of Spiritual Awakening. And it's to help you figure out which stage you might be in. And so like we're all on different parts of this journey, and we can kind of flow in and out of different ones, but this is going to give you an overall kind of feeling about where you're at. And maybe once you understand where you're at, it's going to help you understand how to get to that next level. All right, so definitely check those out. And then finally, we definitely have to talk about Lionsgate. So Lionsgate is on August 8th. And so we'll talk more about it next week and, as it approaches. And we're definitely going to be doing something with the spiritual view for Lionsgate. So definitely stay tuned. I'll make announcements probably on the community page. We'll be talking about it all in the spiritual view. But the reason why this one is so important is because it's not just an 8/8 portal this year. I mean, it's always, we have always, Lionsgate is on August 8th. So it's the 8/8 portal is what they call it. And it's a huge manifestation portal. But this year, because 2024 adds up to 8, it makes it an 8/8/8 portal, which makes it extra powerful for manifestation. So we're definitely going to be using that energy of the lion, the courageous energy of the lion. I'm sorry, I noticed that my internet was getting choppy again, and so I was getting worried that it was going to cut me out. But so we are going to be using the courageous energy of the Leo lion as we go into this manifestation with the 8/8 portal. So I just want this to be on your radar already before we really get into talking about it fully. All right. So now then we can get to what we actually came here for. Okay. So here is the forecast for this week of July 28th through August 3rd. And you may notice right off, we have a lot of clouds. There's a lot of clouds covering over this. And so I just kind of want to explain just how I see the energy and how I come up with, the representation of the energy. So for clouds, that just feels like a heaviness. And so a lot of this is a clairsentience that I'm doing with this when I'm pulling the cards. It is tapping into my clairsentience. So when it feels heavy, I will say, okay, you are the sun in this equation. So I'm looking at how much are you able to fully shine your light out into this world. And so the clouds just feel like this, it's a heaviness, and it's just kind of like it's impeding you from being able to shine, to be as bright as you possibly could be. So when the emotions get involved, that's when we start seeing the rain coming in. So depending on how much emotion depends on how much rain. I add in like strokes of genius is where I see the lightning come in. So that's just an overall where you can kind of see what I'm thinking as I'm pulling the different energies together. And it really is, like I said, a clairsentient process that I go through as I'm doing this. And so Sunday, we're starting it off with just a little bit of just dreary, it's down, depressing, honestly. And we come out of it. And so when you just see the regular sun, that's, to me, we're just in a homeostasis place. We're okay. We're not super great. We're not, down. We're just kind of in a good place. So, we want the ebbs and flows. We don't want to be fully on and then, fully down. You've got to have the balance. So this is a balanced energy day. And then we're moving more into with the rest of the week. There's that cloud cover. It starts off really dark. I think that things become very unclear by Tuesday. But see, because of the tarot energy that was pulled, and it was a special because I used the Souls on Fire deck, this is a card that is only part of that deck. So because of that, I feel like that it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just we don't fully understand what's happening yet. So the raising consciousness is about, you have to look at things from a higher perspective. So moving on with Thursday and with Wednesday, I've got it labeled as Thursday. I'm sorry. Moving on with Wednesday, and then also into Thursday, we are bringing in these 5 energy, which is about change. And so like the sun is peeking out through the clouds, but there's still a lot of cloud cover because we're still very unclear about what is actually happening. And then by the time we get to Friday, we do have some help coming in, but we're stressed about this. Something is stressing us out. We'll look at that. But then Saturday, oh my gosh, like just with that 8888 coming out, like wow, super expansive day. So I'm excited to kind of look in and see what each of these really represent for us. And I did pull an overall energy for this week from my Angel Guide Oracle book. And I got the card Composure. And so this tells me just instantly, you are going to have to keep your cool. Something here is not going to feel, you're going to get triggered. This card is definitely telling you you're going to get triggered in some way this week. And you're going to need to keep your cool. And, the thing that I can tell you just by the way that this week, plays out, everything works out. No matter what the trigger feels like in that moment, everything works out. So I think that that's why this card came out. It's just like you are going, and I mean, that trigger looks like it's, right there on Tuesday. So you're going to have to, remain calm, keep your cool, keep looking at things from this higher level perspective. And let me go ahead and just read this card to you. Composure. Take time to gather your thoughts and energy because there's a good chance that you're experiencing a buildup of frustration and annoyance at this time. You are a passionate, loving, and joyful being, but at this same time, you don't want to be taken for granted or underestimated. The warrior within you wants to rise up and fight, or at least prove your skills, talents, and worth. But drawing this card indicates that right now, you're not going to be respected or heard in the way that you deserve. Angel wisdom is guiding you to retreat, reflect, and compose yourself before proceeding further. So take your time to ask your angels and guides to help you compose your thoughts and your energy. Know that the divine hand of God is upon this situation and everyone involved, and there's no need to worry about anyone's karma but your own. Just retreat, refuel, and regain your composure. This card encourages you to step into the energy of equanimity. Equanimity is a Zen-like state in which you refrain from reacting to a situation out of fear and separation. Right now, angels of pure divine light are helping you feel guarded and guided and encouraging you to recognize that you have an incredible force of love within you. So, yeah, the overall energy of this week is that you are going to have to remain calm no matter what your emotions may be kind of guiding you to. It's 11:22 on my clock. Write that down. So yeah, you're not going to, you're going to be facing certain things that I think that if you react in the way that you kind of want to, you're going to mess things up. So just keep your calm. Don't make a judgment on something because I think you don't have all the information. Just looking at all the clouds for the week, that tells me you're not getting all the information. You're too much here. There's just too much clutter. It's clouded. You do not have all the information. There is something going on at a higher level perspective here that you're going to have to kind of just refrain and wait until you kind of see it all kind of play out before you make your full decision and actions, towards something. All right, so let's go ahead and go through the days here. All right, so starting with Sunday. So Sunday, when I pulled the angel number 1011, the instant feeling I got was like a disappointment because it's not 1111 and it's not 1010, it's 1011, which is like, what does that mean? It's just like, it's not one of those, it's just like so clear in your face, like, this is what this means and this is what I do with it. You have to dig a little deeper. It's not quite as, so that was my first feeling for that day. And then the tarot energy was the Five of Cups, which the Five of Cups is about disappointment, disillusionment. So looking at the angel number 1011, take action, hope, new beginnings, fresh start, lifestyle, purpose, spiritual awakening. So 1011 is our angel number for this day. This is a call to take action, to move forward. The sooner that you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you set out to do. Those with patience will eventually reap the reward of their perseverance. And so you're being guided also with this card to take action. Don't just sit. And I think the reason why is because of this card right here. So this is the Five of Cups, is the tarot energy for that day. So this is disappointment. This is big disappointment. Things did not turn out the way that you thought they were going to turn out. And so now then you might be having some regrets. You might be feeling like giving up. This card is saying, like, just this whole connection here is don't give up. No matter what you feel like, you can take time to feel the feelings. And I think that you will with the rain coming down. I think that you're going to take some time to feel whatever, feelings are coming out, but don't act on the emotions. Act on the thing that you know that you're trying to create. Keep going in that path. Don't let the emotions cloud your judgment. Don't let the emotions make you think. Tell stories about the situation that may not be true. You do not have all the information yet. And I think that you need to keep that in mind, because especially with this card right here, what you are focused on in this card is the things that are not working, the things that are missing, the empty cups. What you don't see is the two cups behind you that is something that is very full of love, something that is, has a lot to offer for you. So it's still there. It's still there. You are just focused on the wrong thing in this moment. So moving forward with Monday. Okay. So we get through the emotions and the sun comes back out. So the angel number for that day was 1212. That's a very balanced number. It's can reduce even down from that to 33, which is also 6. And then we got the 6 of Pentacles. It's just a very balanced. 6s is also about healing for me. So I felt, okay. We came with resolve. That's where we got resolved. So whatever emotions we went through with Sunday, by Monday, we get kind of, okay, I can't do anything about that, but I can do something about this. And so the angel number 1212 is persistence. Shift, enthusiasm, gratitude, contentment, new experiences. Oh, happy day. An ample opportunity related to your life's purpose is just around the corner. Take immediate action once it pops up. Of course, a lovely partnership or an epic romance is also in the cards. So that's very positive. And what I love about the 6 of Pentacles is that it's showing you a very balanced connection coming in. So in the form of, your finances, you're going to have like the energy that you're giving out is going to start paying back off for you in the forms of any types of connections, relationship connections. It is an equal exchange of energy when this card shows up. So I feel like that's the persistence, the resolve that comes in is that you're understanding how to find that balance. Okay, so I'm not going to put my effort into things that aren't, giving something back to me. I'm only going to put my effort into the things, and it's not in not in a selfish. It's just you only have so much energy to give out, and so you've been running in this situation. I'm feeling like burning the candle at both ends, and so you've been giving too much of yourself away and not getting enough back in return, and so you've depleted yourself to the point of near burnout. And so the only way to restore the balance is for you to start looking at how you are spending your energy, which parts are literally draining you of your life force energy, and which parts are actually the most beneficial use of that energy. Because you want whatever energy that you're putting out to actually have value. You don't want to just spill your energy. That's like the feeling I'm getting. It's just like just wasted. You don't want to waste your energy. We don't want it to just pour out of us and not have an actual impact. So look at how you're actually spending your life, your time right now, your energy. What things are you investing your time and energy into? and what is actually paying off for you. I think that that's where you're going to find the shift. Look at how, there's a million things that you could possibly do with your time. What are the things that are actually going to be like paying off for you as well? Like add equal value. That's what we're looking for. We're not looking to take advantage of people. We're not looking to have, that selfish, that greed. We're not looking for that. We're looking for that equal balance, because we have poured ourselves out to the point that we don't have anything left. So we need to rectify that part. So I think that that's a hard concept for a lot of, especially if you are a reforming people pleaser. Learning what things are actually draining you, and actually, because there are things that you can do that you're using energy, but at the same time, it's giving back to you at this, like simultaneously. And so find those things, because I think that you find the most joy and value when you are able to serve and do for others. But at the same time, and if you're not doing it for the right ones, for the right purpose and the right reasons, it's draining you to where you can't do it in the way that's most beneficial. Okay. That felt like a big message for a Monday. So let's see. Tuesday. So Tuesday. Oh, me. So we get ourselves okay. But I think we get too much in our head by this point. So with the angel number of 2002. Okay. So this says the void. And I talked about the void in the 5 life-changing stages of spiritual awakening. So the void is where you finally let go of your old way of being, but you're not fully anchored into your new life yet, because you don't fully know what it's supposed to be yet. And so with the void, like, it just feels so ungrounded, and it's not necessarily bad. It's not necessarily bad. In fact, it's not bad. It's just the way that you view anything is how you're going to experience it. But it is ungrounded. It is unknown. And that's the part that feels scary about it. It's just, we don't know. We don't feel like we belong anywhere anymore. We don't know exactly where we're supposed to anchor our energy. And so, yeah, this is a very bigger picture just coming out. Like, I think there's some deep introspection that's coming in with this week, with the energy of this week. And it might be part of what's gearing us up to get ready for the Lionsgate manifestation, because you can't really manifest until you know what you're manifesting. Well, you will be, but you're not going to be an effective manifester if you're just, subconsciously manifesting. So with the 2002, the void, longing, technology, ambition, genius, forward thinking, stress, and depression. You have more control over your life than you realize. Learn and execute what interests you. Turn things around. It gets better with time. There are plenty of friends to make, so chill out, have fun, open up, and go outside. So don't get too focused on what that end result needs to look like. Just be open and willing, to following the path as it opens up to you. And so with the raising consciousness card of the tarot energy of that day, that's the message. That really is the message, is to just pull back and understand that there's a higher level perspective that you may not be aware of right now. And I feel like you definitely aren't aware of it when we have these dark clouds just kind of hanging over us, of just this, I don't know, is this the right path for me? Is this going to turn out for me? There's just so much heavy energy that I just felt with that 2002, just thinking about just even what being in the void feels like. And I think that that's going to be just that heaviness. It's just, I don't know exactly where I belong. But just know that there's a higher perspective that you just don't see. This is, I feel like, meant to level you up, meant to ascend you up greater into that 5D reality. All right. So for Wednesday, So Wednesday, the sun is poking through those clouds. We have 555, so changes are coming. But I think with the star, they are much needed, much wanted changes coming in, because the star is your wishes, and it's usually wishes granted. So it's also a card of healing. But so we do have just this energy of change. And I think, again, necessary change, because as we were sitting here in this energy of the void, we need to know where we're going. We need to get some grounding. We need to start anchoring in this new reality. So 555 is change, encouragement, support, obstacle, battle, calling, restructuring, creative work. You are going to level up. It might not feel good initially, but it will prepare you to handle the greater things in life for your highest good. This is the why you've been looking for. Push through it. There's a reward waiting at the finish line. So there's a reward coming if you embrace this change. And the reward appears to be a wish granted with the star energy. So this is about just your highest aspirations. It's just putting those things out there. What is it that you actually want to see happen in your life? And let's start initiating those changes. And I think that by the time we get to Thursday, we really are going to start actually moving in and working on these changes, because with the 0550, it's the eye candy, intuition, inspired action. So that's the one that I connected to. Inspired action, beauty, art, socializing, flow, potential, romance. Get some fresh air or call some of your pals over. Take a look around. There is so much naturally beautiful waiting to be discovered. Either you will soon become involved in an exciting new project, or you will go on a date. Put your charisma to use everywhere. Spread your charm around. And I do feel like that we are going to be doing a project with the tarot energy that came out. So, but it's just the inspired action is what I pulled out of this. So with the zeros in there, that is divine. Zeros are about divine beginnings. And then with the 5, that's change. So divine change is coming in, and it is in the way that you are working. And so with the 8 of Pentacles, this is about becoming a master at something. This is mastery level, but you're going to start like just pour yourself into this whole new project that's coming in. And with Friday, there is some stress that comes with this. There's definitely some stress, fears still kind of showing up, but with the angel number 333, that tells me that you are still being very divinely guided all throughout this process. You have help. So even though your emotions are kind of just wavering still through this, the sun tells me that you still have that help. The light is still there. So just even if your emotions feel kind of just resistant, move towards the light. Just continue to move towards the light, because you've got the guidance there with that 333. So 333 is about support, growth, creativity, joy, community, vision, talents. You are not doing this by yourself. You have community around you to help you with this. Seeing the angel number 333 is a sign that it's time to focus inward, work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your self-esteem and sense of competence. It does wonders for your sense of purpose and contributes to your community. So what you're doing is going to be a positive contribution to the community as a whole, but you're not doing it alone. Everybody is coming in. Everybody is using their own gifts, their own, like it's working in conjunction. Everything is just aligning just perfectly to create this more beautiful thing than any of you could have done on your own. So, I mean, it's just this perfect alignment coming in. I do feel this very soul family connected, but with the 9 of Swords, we're still feeling so much stress and anxiety about this, because it's because we're still in that void energy. Because until it fully manifests and anchors into our life, until we can see the full realization, we're still going to have this little bit of doubt that just keeps creeping in. And it's usually at the nighttime. Like during the day, we're all, yes, I've got this. I'm expanded. I'm going. I'm growing. And then we get alone in the night. And that's when the darkness sets in. That's when all the fear creeps in. So this is where we're going to have to work the most to keep our energy high, is during these nighttime hours when these thoughts come in. So what can we do? What can we do? So this is going to be a time where you're going to want to be working with those guided meditations. You're going to be working with things that are going to help break through, those subconscious blocks, because that's what this is. The subconscious fears that are showing up are you sure? Have you thought completely through? It's these belief systems that you haven't fully let go of, but you are releasing at this time. So we're not going to let these things hold us back, because we are being guided to bigger, better things. And absolutely so, as we are looking at the energy for Saturday. So Saturday, 8888. And it's just like, this just feels so connected with the Lionsgate energy. I mean, I can't not see that when I know that the eights are just super powerful at this time. And then with the Seven of Cups, I mean, just you can look at the card. It's just like all of this opportunity just opens up right before you. So with the 8888, personal power, material and spiritual abundance, wealth, resources, force, balance, confidence, material gain, epic romance. All that is good and pleasant in your life will multiply. So if it's already good, those are the things that are going to multiply. Angels are sending the number of reassurance to reassure you of the prosperity and well-being ahead. Your surroundings will treat you with admiration and respect. Use it for the greater good. And I feel like that this is just it's setting the tone for where you're going. I feel like that if you can really tap into this energy right here of this 8888, just tap into the eights. That is part of what is aligning you with this abundance. Use this as we continue to get closer to this Lionsgate, this 88 portal. Just use it. Just this is your focus right now, is the energy of these eights. And so with the Seven of Cups, just know that there's going to be a lot of opportunities, a lot of expansion coming for you. And so you may have just on, this is on Saturday that we're looking at, you may have just all this awareness of all this opportunity around you. It may have you a little bit confused about which way to go, but I think you're going to be inspired because like, oh my goodness, like it is all coming in. I am seeing it all around me. I do have, hope. I do have a lot of hope here. I do think that this is going to have a very positive resolution for us. So I think that you're going to see that energy when you're coming in on Saturday. You may not see the actual full, financial reward, but some of you may, as big as that energy feels on that day, some of you may actually go in, play the lottery and come out some, big money that day. So definitely, if you do, let me know. And I do want to go ahead and say something about that, because I get asked all the time, by skeptics, if you're so smart or you're so tapped in, why don't you have the lottery numbers? But just realistically, how many of us have that on our path that we're actually going to win the lottery? Not many of us are actually. That's part of our purpose. That's part of our soul contracts, all of that. So I understand that they don't know enough about what I'm doing when they ask that question, but some of us are actually aligned with the energy of winning the lottery, but not everybody. Obviously, very few people are aligned with that energy. But if you are, this would be the day I would play. All right. So let me see. I'm going to get some guidance here about what is the best move forward for this week. We have the Queen of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Moon. And we do have a new moon coming in August 4th, and that's also when Mercury goes retrograde again, is August 4th. So we've got a lot of energy coming in August. We will continue to talk about it, but do start being mindful and just put a peg somewhere to start paying attention as we're moving through this energy. So with the Queen of Wands, this is don't settle for less than what you know you deserve. You know how powerful you are. You know what you have to offer in this world. So go after it. Be your most brilliant, vibrant, beautiful self. And in this, with the King of Cups, this is knowing the emotional intelligence. So I feel like, especially this week, we're going to have a lot of emotional intelligence of when to act on what emotions, and ones to just kind of process and feel our ways through. So I think that emotional intelligence is going to be really important as we are becoming this full success, because we could blow ourselves up with this energy right here, because this is so bright and vibrant and it's got all of the passion. Sometimes too much passion can blow things up. So we need to add in just a little bit of this emotional intelligence, just to know when to say what things, when to act in certain ways, and when to pull back. And then also with the moon, the reason why I connected with the new moon is because I do feel like you really do need to be paying attention to what the moon is doing, be manifesting with the moon. But this is also about facing your fears, and it's just an acknowledgement that, and accepting that you just don't have all of the answers yet. Things are still a little bit hidden and unclear, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, because we know that the majority of what we want is on that other side of fear. So like, you have to go through the fear. You have to face the fear in order to even see through it, to see what's on the other side of it. All right. So I'm going to close us out with the Art of Manifestation Oracle. All right. So what can we do this week to help bring our manifestations in? Expectation. Expectation is a form of memory. Our past experiences color our expectations of future circumstances and outcomes. You are asked to release any form of negative expectations based on past experiences and center yourself in the infinite possibility of now. Okay, so that's what's keeping us stuck in our emotions. That's what's clouding us this week, is the expectations. Because we have been through, certain events before. And I think that you're seeing certain patterns show up. And because you start seeing the patterns, you are ready to react based off of, oh no, I've seen this. This is how this ends. And so you're not looking at that actual situation. You're addressing a previous situation, because that's your expectation. I've seen this before, but this is something that you haven't seen before. This is something that you don't actually have all the information. While it looks similar, and that's why it's like triggering you in those different ways, it's not the same. And so that's the composure. That's the emotional intelligence that I've been talking about the whole time. It's just manage this part, manage your expectations, manage the stories that you're telling yourself about what's happening, because you don't fully know. I think this is one of those that, like, your mind is playing tricks on you here. You are telling yourself, it's the repeat. It's the repeat. This is the way things always happen for me. But this time things are actually working out for you. All right. So I'm going to close it out there. If you have found value in this video, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to this channel. You can hit the bell for notifications, and it will let you know every time I post a new video. I did post zodiac readings last week. I did air, fire, earth, water, and in each of those readings, I broke down each of the zodiac signs. I said in each of those readings that I was going to make that a weekly thing, but that actually exhausted me. And I did not have as much time to do the rest of the things that I needed to do. So I don't think that I'm going to be able to do that on a regular basis. I didn't have a whole lot of interaction with it. But what I will do is I will still do a full zodiac reading each week. So that'll be just one video where I pull all cards for, the zodiacs. It's not so it's not going to be fully in depth for each of the zodiacs, but you'll get a zodiac reading each week. I just can't do what I did last week because that was just way too much. That was just way too much, because it's not all I have, doing is this right here. So, but anyways, if you haven't seen those, I did post those last week. and you can go check those out. And of course, I post on the Spiritual View too. So that is the Spiritual View 311, and that's the sister channel that I have with the fellow certified readers. And sorry, I'm getting each Monday and Friday we go live and we pull cards for the viewers. And then on Tuesdays, I do readings for that channel. So I'm swapping between one week I'll do angel messages and the next week I do Twin Flame Tuesday. So definitely check all of that out. The other readers are doing daily readings as well. So we've got a different reader every single day. You get astrology with Dawn, you get numerology with Elizabeth, Akashic Records with Sari. We get just a whole variety. We have just a whole variety of what kinds of information that we have to offer over there. So that's it's a fun time. So definitely check it out. And I just appreciate just all your support. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.